Okay, today we are going to do one of my favorite moves, maybe my favorite move from the whole form. It's called Repulse the Monkey, right? I have no idea where the monkey comes from, right? But what it essentially is, is this move, right? Repulse the monkey. Now, that part's easy. It's getting the lower body and the upper body coordinated that makes it a little more challenging. Let me adjust the camera, and then we'll get the lower body part, then we'll get the upper body part, and then we'll bind them together. Okay. So, all right, I'm gonna. In fact, let me. We're up here too close. We're going to need a little more space. Well, I guess that's as far as I can do it. Okay, the footwork on this goes in this pattern. Right? Is that clear? It's yeah, exactly. Now, the way to get this, right, is this. Watch. So first we're going to start with straight lines. Yes, exactly. You've got the idea. Brilliant. So is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Now, technically, the move should have 5 steps, but actually, you can do any odd number of steps: 3, 5, 7, 9, etc., etc. Due to restrictions in space, let's just do 3 steps instead of the 5. All right. So 1, 2, 3. So very simple. And then, just as you were doing, right, you're going to smooth all that out. Right? So it's 1, 2, 3. Right? Very simple. Now, if you remember where change palms 3 times ended, fist beneath elbow. All right. 1. Yeah. 1. 1. 1. So obviously this is repulsing the monkey, stopping the monkey. So the monkey's running at you, you're stopping the monkey. If this is going to go forward, you need something to go back. That's your foot. Repulse the monkey. Repulse the monkey. Right? Repulse the monkey. Now, this is a very persistent monkey. All right? You got to do it again. Repulse the monkey. Repulse the monkey. 1, 2, 3. Let's do it. I'm just going to demo. Now, we don't do it with Fa Jin, but this is what it would look like with Fa Jin. Do you know what the word Jin means? Jin. Jin actually just means energy. So Fa Jin, Fa means to hit or to strike. So Fa Jin is striking energy. Ting Jin is listening energy. So really to translate it as just energy is maybe not really quite correct. You might say they're kind of talents that you develop, right? So if you were doing Fajin, it would look like this. Right? It's a strike. Now, the point of doing that is just to show you that that's what it is. We don't practice that way. Why not?
That would be too exhausting.
What's that?
That would be too exhausting.
Yes, exactly. If you were going to use this for self-defense, all right, you might want to do that, but you don't want to practice that way all the time. So it's just very lazy. 1, 2, 3, right? And you're basically you're hitting with the palm, but especially the lower part of the palm. Boom. Right? Now, have you got that? Because we're going to go on to the hard part of this.
Yeah, but not yet. You're doing something else with your.
Yes, I know. That's the hard part. What I'm teaching you first is the simple part. This is the old part before Master Feng made it more complicated. So let's get that down because that's the basis of this. And then we'll go on. 1, 2, 3. Very simple. Yes?
Yeah.
Starts with the right hand going out, the left foot going forward or backward. 1, 2, 3. All right, let me see you do it. Okay. Now let's add in the complicated part. Just watch my hands, right? Don't even try to do it. Just watch this. All right, this is a whole second application added on top of what we just did. So it's like icing on the cake. However, it's very difficult to explain exactly what you're doing. If I had a partner here, I could show you, but I'll just have to try to explain it. Once you get it, it's really fun because what you're doing is coordinating the movement of your wrists with your daimai down here. All right, watch. Watch this guy.
Let's breathe.
But in order to do this, it's not on the outside like tape. It's something on the inside, and you have to understand how the energy works to make this work. Let me draw it on the blackboard here. Now, imagine that you were standing above me and looking down on me, okay? So my body is going to look like this. It probably would be a little thicker than that, but nevertheless, it would be roughly like, and I'm looking forward. All right, so I'm looking in that direction here. Right, that means my dantian is here. Right. All right, here's the energy pattern you have to use to make this work. Is that help?
No.
So
How can you have two patterns at the same time?
how can you have what?
Two different circles at the same time.
Think about your brain. Think about your brain. It has two hemispheres, yes?
Yeah.
Left hemisphere, right hemisphere. The same is true for your dantian. It has two hemispheres, left and right. So what you're doing, watch. You're bringing the energy on the right and the left into the center of the dantian. It goes right through the dantian and it comes out the back and then it goes around again. Suppose you're in the kitchen cooking and you've got a big pot, right? And you put a ladle in that pot and you stir it, right? And I'm just going to hold it out here on the right side. I'm stirring, right? Now, suppose instead of one pot, you have two pots. You have one on this side and one on this side, and you're stirring both of them. That is exactly the same pattern. Into the center, through the body, out the back, left and right, around to the front, and back in again. Boom. Oh. 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 Yeah, you've got it. That's good. Now, how can you use that in Tai Chi, right? Imagine we're just going to do the right side right now. Somebody grabs hold of your hand. That's one of the primary attacks in Tai Chi, all right? So if I just struggle with my arm, I'm not going to get anywhere. All right? What I have to do is use this. Watch. Watch my wrist. Watch the wrist in this. Because this is moving, my wrist can move. Now, suppose I was attacked by this guy and his evil twin brother, both at the same time. They both got hold of my hands. I have to do it on both sides. It's just like I'm stirring those two pots. Stir the pot. Repulse the monkey. 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 All right. You've got it. I can see it. Repulse the monkey. Stir the pot. Repulse the monkey. Good. Now, I can see what your mind is doing as you're doing this. All right. It takes a little while to get the coordination of all this and the timing. You just have to practice it a little bit. Just remember, keep your mind down here, not out on your wrists. Right. Repulse the monkey. Stir the pot. Repulse the monkey. Stir the pot. Repulse the monkey. Stir the pot. Repulse the monkey. Now there's a little relaxation in there at a certain point. And I think if you get that relaxation, it will help with the sequencing and the timing on this. So let me call the relaxation out. Watch. Repulse the monkey, stir the pot, relax. 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 Repulse the monkey, and so forth.
I know, but when you do it without counting this relaxation part, I mean, when you do it in the form, we don't see this relaxation part. It's like part of the movement.
It's there. It's part of it. It's just what happens is when you get comfortable with this, it will be de-emphasized. Right now, I'm really emphasizing it so you get it. Once you get it and it all starts working together, it's still there, but it's smaller, right? Watch. Right?
Ah.
Boom. Try it. And then just relax. And repulse the monkey. Stir the pot. Relax. 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 Okay, you've got it. You've actually got it. Now, the thing is, you just have to practice it. You got to do it about 1,000,000 times, right? You know what's going through my head right now? Learning this move from Master Zhang 30 years ago. We were out in the woods in Golden Gate Park, and he had a little place where he liked to practice, and he'd worn all the grass off, so it was just mud there, right? I mean, it wasn't wet mud, but it was just ground, right? It was damp mud. Right? And I can remember doing this, standing right behind him and just doing this over and over and over again. Okay, there's one more thing I want to add on here. And these are subtle adjustments of the foot. I'm going to do them again, and I'll exaggerate them a little bit. But actually, when you get them, they're so small that you hardly even see them, but they're important because the feet and the legs are always moving. Watch my shoes. So there's two adjustments. When you actually sort of get them all, they kind of disappear into the larger movement. Nevertheless, you do them. So watch. A little bit in. Adjust the foot. Adjust the foot. Step back. Adjust the toes. Adjust the foot. Step back, adjust the toes. All right. The truth is, Catherine, these two adjustments, the one where you raise your foot is bigger. So you're probably always gonna adjust the foot before you step back, right? Adjust the foot before you step back. Adjust the foot before you step back. The second one is very small. You almost do it more like inside your shoe and you don't really see it on the outside, but nevertheless, it's just adjusting the feet a little bit so that your movement always stays like this.
It's a beautiful move. It is really beautiful. So
it's very fun to do, because once you get all the internal timing down and everything, it's like you're just flowing, right? You just flow. Now, here's something. So you're just going to have to look at the recordings and work with this all week. Catherine, this is a really important point, and you kind of keep it in your head as you practice. I don't know if you have a mirror you can practice in front of, but it's very helpful to do that. If you feel your hips here, you have two bones, yes? In English, these bones are the superior iliac crest, right? Those bones need to point forward. All right, you don't want to do this. Why not? Because when you do that and you're doing martial arts, that's called opening up the back door. You open up the back door, somebody can just push you over. Instead, you want to keep those hip bones pointed at the other guy, and that way he can't push you over sideways. Now, that means, yes, good. Yes, yeah. Exactly. So now what you have to do is work on your lower body. Catherine, watch my legs. You don't want to get them like this. They have to be, you have to stay in the horse stance. Yeah, exactly. That horse stance is what gives you your stability. Right? So, no one can push you over because you're still in that horse stance. Where if you get like this, you almost fall over on your own. Good. Sink in the quad. Sink. Sink. Yes, good.
Okay.
This will keep you busy. All right.
It's
Okay, two things. Two of the do you know the difference between Qi and Jin, Jin. Qi, you know what Qi is. We all talk about Qi all the time, right? Jin is a developed, educated form of Qi. So I've talked about Tingjin, Pengjin, Huajin, Dongjin. There are 36 forms of Jin. When you go into advanced Tai Chi, you need to start paying attention to those. You already know some of them. So we've talked about Peng, Lu, An, Qi. Those are 4 Jins, right? Tingjin is the ability to perceive. Dongjin is the ability to understand what you perceive, right? When someone is well trained, let's say I'm tied up, I'm doing a little push hands with somebody, there's an invisible person right in front of me, they're touching me. If they have Tingjin, they will be listening to my body. You don't even have to do this with your eyes. You can close your eyes and do this. They'll know if my toes are like this or like that. They can feel what's going on. Dongjin is the ability to understand what you perceive. Let's say I open my toes, they're going to come around like this and push me out like that. That's why you have to keep your hips pointed straight ahead, because if you don't, someone who's well trained will push you out. Now you go, well, what's the point of getting pushed out? The point of Toisho, of push hands, is to sharpen each other. Push hands is not about beating the other guy. You're working as a team to become better. Both of you become better at what you do. So they're like a mirror, but they're a mirror that can move and perceive and understand and respond to you. And so when they touch you and they perceive something in your practice that could be better, let's say, all right? And they point that out to you. There's a phrase in Chinese, they do the honor of pointing out to you that you are off balance. Right? They do the honor of throwing you to the floor. And when you get thrown to the floor, you don't forget why you get thrown to the floor, right? Because what happens as you get better and they get better and you get better and they get better and you get better, it gets very subtle. They can detect tiny little changes in your body. So we may do Tai Chi like this. It's very relaxed, right? Very relaxed. But you better believe it's exactly what it needs to be. So this week, once I post this, just keep practicing this. Mm-hmm. If you can you've got all the pieces to the move. I can see you doing them. Just practice it, and it will help the whole rest of your routine. Good. All right. We're not going to do it today because the next move is too big. But I'm going to demonstrate the next move. Mm. I'm going to start up real close. Repulse the monkey, stir the pots. Repulse the monkey, stir the pots, relax. Repulse the monkey, stir the pots, relax. Repulse the monkey, stir the pots, relax. Here's the next move. Okay, got it?
No, but it's
Next.
beautiful. It's really nice.
The next move is a difficult move. I'll tell you what, I'll go through and just explain it. We can work on it tomorrow, but I can just explain what's going on. There's 4 parts to this. The first part is this. Right? Somebody's coming in at you here. Maybe they're trying to hit you. Block, move, drop, push. So it's just a big circle, very simple. To the left, to the right, back to the left. Now, the next move is very difficult to explain without somebody here, but I'll do my best. All right. Somebody has grabbed my arm out here. All right. So what I do is I come around and I trap this guy's hand. So he can't let go. All right. So his arm, all right, he's come in like this and he's grabbed me here. I trap him, right? So now he can't let go. And now watch. I'm going to fold my elbow. I'm going to fold my elbow over his arm and press him down. That's the second part. All right. Here's the first part. Here's the second part. Now, the third part is to transition from my right side to my left side. All right. And that is a move that you already know. All right. Hidden hand punch. Right? Now we're going to do, for the fourth part, we're going to do the second part again, only now on the left side instead of the right side. Part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. All right? So 4 and 2 are the same thing. They're just, one is done on the right side and the other is done on the left side. All right? You got to be fierce when you do this, like a warrior. Boom. All right? Boom. 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 Now, when when Master Zhang and Master Feng were younger than I am now, when they would press down, watch. They would press the guy right into the dirt. And you go, well, how does that work? It's leverage. When you wrap your elbow over, it's going over this guy's arm and press down, the other guy will have no choice, because his arm will snap if he does not move down. So he's going to go down. And it doesn't matter how strong he is. All right. All right, let's let's do the last couple of moves. We'll save this move for tomorrow, but I think hopefully you see it's very logical. There's just 4 parts to it, and you already know one of the parts. The first part's very easy. The third part you already know. It's just getting the second and the fourth part, right? But let's start from the punch down. Block, roll, reverse china, pull silk, forward china, shoulder, throw, coil in, Buddha's warrior, step out, lift the urn, box the ears, double elbow strikes, step out and grab, circle, shoulder, grab, punch, relax, and 1, 2, 3, grab and lean with back. All right. Green dragon. 1, 2, 3, 4. And old man strokes his beard. 1. Peng Lu on Ji. And brush the chest. 1, 2, 3. Relax and change palms once, twice, 3 times. Block down and roll. Grab and fist beneath elbow. Repulse the monkey. Stir the pots, relax. Repulse the monkey. Stir the pots, relax. Repulse the monkey. And part 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's like 5 moves. All right, that's a lot. You need to practice, but think about this. At the beginning of the form, there's no way you could have done 5 moves in one day, not even sketchy. So you may not realize it, but you have actually learned a lot, and you are moving much more quickly now. All right. So tomorrow we'll go into that last move in much more detail, but practice repulse the monkey between now and then. Okay,
Yeah.
Any questions?
I will have questions tomorrow, I'm sure, because I
Good.
need to practice by myself and see
Good.
where I have problems.
Okay, good.
And
Good.
Jill is not coming anymore, and Kevin neither.
Kevin has COVID.
Oh my God.
Yes, I know exactly. Both he and Lee. Lee's mother lives in St. Louis. She's 98 years old, and Lee had to go back and help her move from her house to an assisted care facility. And then when she came back on the plane, she must have gotten COVID. And now Kevin's got COVID.
Oh, wow.
So they're both dealing with that now. I hope that it's true, from what I've read, that the COVID that's out there now is not as bad as it used to be.
No, it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, and I hope that, and they've gotten medication and stuff. They can't do a vaccine now. It doesn't do you any good, but they use Paxlovid, I think, is a respiratory medicine that they take.
Okay.
So Lee has had hers and she's feeling better. Kevin's going to go get his today. Anyway, that's what's going on with them. I don't know what's going on with Jill.
Okay.
So, you know, it's hard for her.
I sent her an email and asked.
Yeah, it's hard for her with her
yeah,
ankle to do anything right now. But all right.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You are welcome. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Ciao.